battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and for today's match I've been digging up something very special for you guys. Now I know what you're thinking, you're gonna be like, wait, we're back on doubles, haven't seen that in a while, huh? But hold the phones. First off, this is the summer version of doubles, so it's absolutely different. Second off, you know I've been talking about wanting to cover players more that I'm giving a lot of credit but that I haven't covered yet. Yeah, here's one of them. Spawning in the red trunks as Ukraine, it's gonna be King Tiger aka Reach. But now we shift the camera to his opponent, and this is where it gets good. In the green trunks, spawning as Germany under the name of Noob, V Christian, who many of you who have watched the streams with SoScare probably know that I regard him as probably the best OpenRA player currently. He's extremely competitive, he's extremely competent, and he's extremely resilient. It's so hard to take him down, so I'm really excited for this match. Let's see how it pans out. Alright, match starts with both getting a crate drop for themselves. There was a rank up for Reach. Let's see how it's turning out for Chris. And it's gonna be duplication crate, nice. Getting a bunch of rifles and getting 2 rocket soldiers to boot. Good deal. Now both of these players are very solid, and you know they have their expansion timings down. This map is basically one huge choke point, so you're gonna expect lots of contestation of the middle. Some scouts getting picked up, probably, yep. Getting some bazookas into the face, plus some rifles. Pretty good, but he managed to sneak 1 scout in, so he at least scouted the coastline and he knows that there's no cheese going on, like Chris could have moved his MCV into the middle right away and then secured the backside for himself later to get an earlier foothold. 2 more Badgers. Reach getting lucky with the crate drops. Oh well. While this is going on, let's talk about the Checkmate by Cheese series. The first video is in production as of today, and it's gonna come out probably on Wednesday. Chris getting a scout off the coast, and he's gonna run headfirst into Reach's rifle infantry. Good night. Getting 1k for himself, pretty good. So the crate drops so far have been in favor of Reach, definitely. Double ref for Chris. Kind of a usual start on this map. The starting resources are so high, you're gonna want to do this. But as I know, Chris and Reach, both of them are probably going to go for an early service depot, just to get the first expansion out. Like usually you get your first expansion around 5 minutes, 4 minutes 30, something like this. Light tank for Chris. It's pretty good in dealing with early infantry, such as this scout. Yep, here's the service depot. Let's look at Reach. Reach is a bit behind. Not a big deal. And he doesn't really get a scout off. He knows that there's a war factory, which he would have known if it hurt the light tank in the first place. Not a big deal there. Triple power plant, so probably planning on rushing out a Tesla coil, because it gives you like 200 something excess power if you're going for this build, or 180. So you have enough power stored for 1 Tesla coil. Light tank, early light tanks are good for denying vision, for getting some infantry picks, or being really obnoxious by blocking off refineries. But he's not microing it correctly right now, and he's gonna get a bazooka into the face for his trouble. Well, having to pull back. Chris is one of the best players at pulling back his units in time. It's one of his fortes. He never really loses units unnecessarily, or at least it's very rare for him. So I don't see many players do this, but if you have an early service depot, you might as well do it, right? Plus it's really cheap. Yep, here is the 4 minutes 30 expansion, as usual, by both players. They're both backing it up with like a 5 or 6 harvester econ. Yeah, 5 harvesters each. First artillery. You know how doubles works, right? Artillery wars in the middle, backed up by AA guns. But there is no airfield for King Tiger aka Reach yet. Just double mobile flak. Yeah, here is the first Tesla coil. And I've seen more and more Allied players do this, going for an early Chinook. for scouting instead of the Hind, which is like 1350. Nice artillery shell, getting some good value already. It's already paid for itself. But that double flag truck might make his life a bit hard, because there's nothing to really stop the flags from running in and killing all of the artilleries, which he's going to do now. Oh, and mechanics. We're seeing a bunch of early mechanics now. This is, I mean, it's surprising, because artilleries you can't really protect them with mechanics because they have such low health. They just drop like flies. But mechanics can be good for medium tanks. But he's rushing tech. That's really interesting. He's Germany, he might as well just go for the Chrono rush. Chrono, Crisis, Mayhem, or whatever. Meanwhile, Reach is acquiring a Death Ball, which is what most Soviet players tend to do. But Death Balls with lots of infantry mixed in are really weak to artillery, so yeah, be really careful when doing this. Caution is advised. Okay, getting some Hinds now. Chris is playing it safe. Yeah, here is the early Chronosphere. Call it right on time. Yeah, 6-minute Chronosphere. This is gonna be fun. And he's got the opportunity of building Chrono tanks now. It's basically a Chrono tank rush if you look at his build, all things considered. 6 minutes in. Yeah, fortifying the middle. And Reach is gonna get a scout off, probably. What's he gonna find? He's gonna find an AA gun. Oh, he's gonna see the Chrono tanks. That's big. So he knows what's in store, and he has scouted the tech center. One thing about the Ukraine versus any allied matchup is that it's so easy for them to just straight up kill tech centers with a parabomb drop. So I've started going double tech center against Ukraine, just because it pisses me off to lose my GPS satellite like 30 seconds before it's finished, before it's launching. Some early subs, pretty good. He's also scouted the shipyards, so he knows that destroys are an option to lock down the middle. Running into the... he was trying to get... He was shooting for 2. There you got 1. Whatever. The artillery is still pounding the Tesla coil, but now the Death Ball is moving, and now Chris has it on the map. He knows what's coming. The artillery shells have to really be good now. Oh, yeah, or he could just do that. He could just run in with his Hinds and focus all the infantry. Wow, plus the crash took out so many of them. Yeah, attack's over. Call it off, Reach. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Plus, there are husks. Guys, let me tell you something about mechanics. That's a really fun thing about mechanics that you can do. You can salvage the husks. Chrono tanks are streaming out of the war factory. This is a hype match. I really like where this is going. So yeah, Chris has just repurposed 2 heavy tanks. And he's got the mechanics, he's gonna repair them eventually. I mean, they're not repairing extremely fast. It's okay in the case of Chrono tanks, but with heavy tanks it takes you quite some time. That's such a fun strategy. Go on, how can you hate on this? Triple destroyers. The old truck needs to be pulled back, but as I've told, Chris is good at pulling back in time. As mentioned previously. Yeah, he's repairing it up now. 4 Chrono tanks and like 4 mechanics. This is gonna be fun. Destroyers pulling back and killing the Tesla coil. Yep. Only losing 1 destroyer, pretty good, but now the subs are coming in hot. Chris needs to get his non-existent Hinds over there. Whoops. He needs to get a bunch out of them. Yeah, this is gonna die. Rich pulling back his injured sub. He's gotten some good value out of the subs, and now he's got the naval control of 1 last destroyer coming out. But he's like, nope, I don't want to spawn here. Get me out of here, please. Yeah, 5 Chrono tanks. Now he's got the vision back from the transport helicopter. This is gonna be fun. And he's basically using the Chrono tanks as the meat shield, as the main battle tank, I guess, and using the artillery chest for support. So it's different from the usual playstyle. where the allies just mass artilleries and spam infantry to keep them safe. Yeah, destroyer's taken out, but now the death ball is moving again. Depends on the artillery shells. If they land, okay. Just taking some chip damage. Not a big deal. Transport helicopter is low. Some good shells landing here. Ah. Burning a bunch of assets here. Triple MCV now. Third MCV out, and he's obviously rushed his... not really rushed, he's gotten a nuke up. And double tech buildings, as is the Soviet meta, double tech buildings for reach. But he's getting poked down by those artilleries. Once those shells start to land, it's gonna be really hard to keep your stuff alive. Trading 1 for 2, not the worst. Now the Chrono tanks are coming in. Now we're gonna see some blinks. He's right in Tesla coil range. Yep, he's blinking back. Blinking the injured tanks back. It's like... ouch. If anyone has ever played StarCraft, it's like Blink Stalkers, only they fucking heal. So... the ore trucks are getting picked off. The death blob is moving in. He thinks he has a window now. I don't think he has, really. He has no business doing this, because the artillery shells are just gonna whittle down the infantry forces. Nice blink back, keeping almost all of his Chrono tanks safe. You've seen with the one Chrono tank that was staying at the front that it dies so easily to flags, because Chrono tanks have a lot of health, but they have like medium armor, which still takes a lot of damage from flags. Plus, but this attack hasn't done much damage. It's basically gotten one Chrono tank, 2 harvesters, but harvesters leaves husks, and here are the mechanics, the repo guys, working their asses off and being like, yep, gonna take that for myself. They have the funniest voiceover, man. Nice vision control on the coastlines. Parabomb drop right onto the tech center, just as I suspected. And it was like 1 minute 30 or something from finishing. That sucks. Double gap generator. So this is really obnoxious for a Soviet player, because he has to constantly scout with planes, and if he ever comes into AA gun range, which is very easy to do... ouch, nice pickup. Which is very easy to do with yaks, it's gonna be costly. Blinking back the injured Chrono tank, taking out 1 Tesla coil and the SAM side, and probably blinking back. 2 Chrono tanks down. Oh, you know what happened here? He has... Reach was staying on target with the yaks. He is giving them the attack order, but then the Chrono tanks blinked back, and what this did was it pulled them into the AA gun range. So really costly here, but getting 2 more heights. Yeah, I'd say that Chris came out ahead again, because his assets are growing steadily. Look at this, he's got like 3 heavy tanks now, and they're gonna get repaired up. This is obnoxious for Reach. Let's see. Let's check the assets. Yeah, okay, they're basically even right now. But he is harvesting out. Reach is harvesting out. And he's got like 4 harvesters on this ore patch. Vetted up flag trucks are annoying, as we all know. But no more air assets. He had so much money in his yaks, and he lost all of them when Chris pulled back, when he blinked into his AA gun line. That was freaking hilarious. And now he's going for the shipyard at the bottom side. There is a sub pan, but he can overwhelm him easily. Double missile sub. But there are helicopters, so don't fire them, buddy. If he ever fires them, he's gonna just waste a bunch of stuff. Yeah, what did he scout? Let's see. Did he scout the tech center again? Yep. Tech center is ripe for the picking again once the parabombs are up. I'd honestly go for a double tech center at this point, in case of Christian. Chinook's being repaired. He has lost his original Chinook. Just keep that in mind. That's how good his unit preservation is. So far, he's lost like 2 or 3 Chrono tanks and a bunch of artilleries. The Iron Curtain didn't do much. He hasn't curtained anything as of yet. Okay, naval engagement. But it's getting cleaned up at the same time. Yeah, double missile sub down. That's 4,800. That was a really expensive loss for him. And Chris is in the great position where, as long as he has got the repo guys, he can just lose harvesters all day, because he can repo them. He can salvage the husks and be like, yeah, thanks buddy. Not the best place for a hind. And chronoing in some more heavy tanks to increase his army. That's Grand Theft Panzer. Jesus Christ. This is fantastic, man. I'm seriously hyped about this. Yeah. He's in range of the Tesla, but he pulls back. Look at this. The harvester hasn't even harvested his load yet, but Chris is like, oh, gotta pull back. Losing one chrono, pulling the others back. Pretty damn intense micro game. Okay, some more husks. Some more for him to salvage. I'm just curious if he's ever gonna get the critical mass and blink offensively. The offensive blinks are the best kind of blinks, trust me. Nuke is incoming. Does he have this on the radar? He has heard the nuclear launch sound, so he's probably, yeah, he wants to go all in now. This is the all in move. Things are starting to get interesting here. Conyard down, bunch of assets down, but the army is still standing. And good focus fire on the heavy tanks now. Okay, 2, 3, 4 heavy tanks, 2 for 2 plus the harvester. Flak trucks, yeah, their current has run out, and they didn't do much. They didn't get the artilleries. Look at this! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 husks for him to claim. He doesn't have the mechanics necessary right now. But, oh, by the way, if you put them on attack move, he probably doesn't want this right now. He doesn't want to repair this tank. He wants to get them. He wants to get these mechanics into here. But when they're on attack move, they auto repair, which is kind of really hilarious. Pull back the heavy. All right. Yeah, he's been doing it. There are so many more assets that he can reclaim for himself. One more harvester. You can do the same with MCVs, by the way. So even if you lose your MCV, the husk is gonna remain, and the mechanics, aka the repo guys, are gonna have a field day. Some more subs, but the hinds are up again. And yeah, the Soviets have no recourse against this. Once the hinds are over bodies of water, what are the Sovs gonna do? As I've stated in the stream previously, my idea would be to give the missile subs anti-air, but no tracking missiles. So it would still be a skill matchup. He's now attacking into a flak track and a bunch of rockets. You don't want to do this. And the next blink. Getting 2 harvesters. Nice boy, nice. One of them got overkilled so hard that the husk just disappeared all along. But whatever. 3 harvesters down. This is starting to get expensive for reach here. Oh, and here's the offensive blink. All right. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? 6 chrono tanks. Oh, blink for the crush. Blink to win. Like, guys, this looks easy, but this strategy is really hard to pull off. So I give him lots of credit for that, for pulling this off consistently. Yeah, in theory, rocket soldiers are the perfect counter to this, because neither heavy tanks nor chrono tanks do any real damage to infantry. Now he's getting the artilleries, but his trading cost not cost effectively. Oh, the nuke! It hit Chris's nuke, plus a bunch of power, which wasn't a big deal, and the tech center is down again. Ah, it's so annoying. At this stage of the game, he probably doesn't want to rebuild the nuke anymore because it's gonna have a wind-up time of like 10 minutes, so it's not gonna factor in anymore. He's got a lot of destroyers out now, and he can just move them in and kill the sub-pen if he so desires. That's a bit far forward. This Conyard has no backup. He needs to take out the rockets. Yep, damage is they're the heaviest damage dealers against concrete. Trading for 1 hind, that's alright. And This is gonna get cleaned up by the Yaks though. Yak Strike taking it out. And it was deployed, so it didn't leave a husk. If you undeploy it in time, you're gonna have a husk to play with. For the repo guys. By the way, anyone else loving the voiceover? Like, howdy? Rise and shine! It's freaking hilarious. Okay, getting one more heavy. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavies. He's re-put a shitload of stuff. Grand Theft PANZER strategies, paying off big dividends. More subs streaming out, +1 missile sub. I don't know, this doesn't have its place in this game. This is not a naval game right now. Plus Chris has so much in destroyers that it's not a sensible choice. He's trying again. Round 2. Round 2, buddy, let's go. There's a V2, but there is no anti-air. He can also just offensively blink into this. I mean, I would, but I'm I'm not Chris. I lose to Chris all the time. So he's probably having a good reason for doing this. Ouch. Losing all the Yaks to the flak fire. No good play. Ah, here come the parabombs. This is gonna be huge. Perfect angle. What? Why were the destroyers on hold fire? They could have taken down the Badgers. 2 heavy tanks, the MCV, and an AA gun. Pretty good, I'd say. If I dare say so myself. Ah, the paradrop. Chris forgot about his backlines. Now he sees it. He's moving in the choppers, but the damage has been done. If Reach had moved up there, he could have maybe gotten the Chronosphere. If he were lucky. He scouted the Chronosphere, knows where it is. Yup. He does. The Chronosphere is one of the biggest assets for Chris right now. This game... Man, this game... I mean, in terms of assets, it doesn't look good for Reach anymore because he doesn't really have a mobile army. Let's see. Yeah, 56 to 86. The flak tracks, they do so much damage versus light armor. And MCVs have light armor if they're undeployed. Curtaining just in time to get it. However, this looks like a job for Mr. Repo guy. Focusing the artilleries down. 1, 2... Maybe a third? No. It's gonna stay at 2 artilleries. Not the best trade. Yes, he did fine. But the MCV is back up and running. This is so annoying for Reach to play against. Just constantly salvaging whatever Reach destroys, Christian salvages. And he's gotten control of the middle now, he's got a foothold there. He's gonna have a stranglehold here. Because this is basically doubles his one single giant choke point. So what you're gonna do? If you lose control of the middle, you usually have lost the game. And he doesn't have the naval assets to make a lander drop. Yeah, and nor does he have the mobile army. Now the sub pen is taken out. Move your missile sub out of the way. This, for example, this is 2,400 and it hasn't done anything. This was just there for showboating. Literally showboating. Getting a Tesla. Meanwhile, the shipyard is getting picked off, but it is of no concern in the grand scheme of things. Another Tesla coil getting popped down, probably gonna get killed instantly. Once he decides to retrain, yep. And here are the Blink Stalkers. 4 of them. I mean, you can't really mass them because they are pretty expensive, 1350. And they have a really long build time. They don't have much damage versus unarmored stuff. Oh, blink back. Perfect blink micro. Yeah, he didn't lose a single one of them. Now there's a bunch of... Reach has switched over to light armor. I can see why. His heavy armor playstyle worked against him actually. And those here, they don't leave husks. He is probably... Oh, he is there on curtain, but way back. It's so far back. He's got the nuke still, so that's one thing he's got going for him. Let's see what they're focusing. Nothing. Buddy, do damage, please. He's going for the mechanics now. Mechanics have a bunch of health. That didn't work out. They're actually quite tanky for as far as infantry goes. Okay, another V2 is under siege. So this is probably gonna get taken out again, but the repo guys are here. Yep. Howdy. 3 more heavies holding the front lines. Man, this game is fantastic. This is... I didn't expect this at all. This is... I knew it was a game of V Christian versus Reach, so I was like, hell yeah, let's dive into this, but freaking Grand Theft Panzer happened. I'm... color me intrigued. Count me in. The MCV is getting out again. And 5 repo guys now. Every time it destroys it. It's just gonna make me stronger. I will come back in a stronger form. This is freaking hilarious. Having a good time with this match. This is so troll, but it's working, right? So see, this is where Christian is smart enough. I would have been like, YOLO, let's move in. I've got the upper hand, and I would have probably lost like all my Chrono tanks and be like, well, shit. Oh, blinking away from the V2. The plays, man. Oh, this is so hype. What are the choppers doing here? They have no place here. This is a bad spot for you, choppers. Already lost 2 of them. And he's out of ammo now. Yeah, focus the O-trucks. This is gonna get you somewhere. 3 down, 4 down. Ow. That was expensive. 5 down. Wow. 1 flak truck killing 5 Hinds. Yeah, not the best trade, but then again, look at... Okay, look at Christian's base. Now look at Reach's base. Now back to Christian. Reach, Christian, Reach, Christian. You see the difference. Reach is on the clock, and Christian is basically toying with him now at this point. He could easily end this game. He could just go for like a bunch of artilleries, but instead he just keeps on keeping on with his Blinkstalker micro. I'm digging it, man. I'm really digging. That was expensive. That's the problem. Mobile flags make short work of Chrono tanks. That's why you can't really use them competitively. That's expensive. But now he's giving him some more wreckages to repo. The heavy tanks are not working for you, man. Thank you. Nice, and saving the other one. And he's got such a huge army now. This is probably for a Chrono shift, if I were to guess. Chronosphere is up. Oh, the nuke! The nuke is up and ready. So he could do some damage. He tried for a para drop, but he took the worst angle possible. Via through like 4 flak guns. And V2s are not gonna be the weapon of choice either, because Blinkstalkers. Chrono tanks can easily close the gap. What's the MCV? You don't have an Iron Curtain, buddy. What? Huh? I don't get it. Scouting Yak getting taken down. I don't really get this play right here, because here's the Chronosphere. You could easily just have Chronoed back in the back lines. Yeah, now the nuke is down again. Is it gonna get the Texan? Probably not, but it's gonna at least put it into the red. And maybe power down, let's see. Power down would be big. He did get the tech center again. So annoying. GPS is so invaluable to the allies, because it allows them to know which... Oh, parabombs. This is going to be so huge. It allows them to know which engagements to take and which not to take. He has to blink out of the way. Clench! Oh my god. Shit, have you seen this? This was fantastic. Perfect blink micro. And this is probably gonna be the end. He can push on through now. And all the heavy tanks that Chris loses, he's just gonna replace them. He's just gonna reclaim them again. Offensive blink? Offensive blink? Come on, do it. I know you wanna do it. Yeah, this game's over. Wow, though. See, and the perfect counter to this would have been rocket soldiers. Yeah, offensive blink. Onto the barracks, Reach calling the GG. Yeah, he had no more place in this game. He was running out of resources and he had no more assets. What a fantastic game. I'm seriously hyped. This has been the best game I've cast so far in my entire casting career. It's been quite close as well for the longest time, because let's look at the facts. It's not the most viable strategy. It's a really fun strategy, but as soon as your opponent has like a bunch of flak trucks, you're just gonna lose your chrono tanks regardless, or if you run them into like a Tesla coil. So this strategy is not really effective, but at the same time, if you manage to get it to work, it's all the sweeter. Kudos to both for playing this out, especially kudos to Chris for executing it this perfectly. This was just hilarious. To you guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in this game, I'm gonna put the download link into the description. If you're interested in providing me with new replays to cast, just do so via I'm gonna provide another link in the description. I have a forum thread and at gamereplays.org. You can post your OpenRA replays there. Fantastic match. Guys, to those watching the stream, see you on Monday on So Scared Stream. To all the other guys, see you next week with the new series Checkmate by Cheese. As for now, thanks for watching. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.